I still remember the day my life seemed to collapse. I had always dreamed of becoming a mother, but after years of trying, the doctors gave me the news. I couldn't have children. My parents, instead of comforting me, looked at me with disappointment. "What use are you if you can't give us grandchildren?" they said coldly. I felt a piece of my soul shatter that day, and for the first time, I realized that love at home wasn't unconditional. I left my family's house with nothing but a suitcase, my heart heavy with shame and sorrow. The streets were merciless, the nights long and lonely. I wandered through the town aimlessly, wishing for someone, anyone, to show me kindness. That's when I first noticed him, a man struggling to manage 5 children outside a small, dusty store. He looked exhausted, but there was a calmness in his eyes, a quiet strength that made me pause. One of the little girls tripped, and he caught her effortlessly, smiling despite the chaos. It was then I noticed the rest of the children tugging at his hands, climbing onto his back, seeking attention. They were loud, chaotic, messy, yet he handled them all with patience I had never witnessed before. And something inside me stirred. I walked closer, hesitant. "Do you need help?" I asked quietly. He looked up, surprised. "Are you sure?" he said. His voice was gentle but wary. I nodded. I can watch the kids while you finish your errands." He studied me for a moment, then smiled faintly. "All right, but it's a handful." That afternoon, I played games, fed the kids, and helped with homework. Their laughter filled the small room, and I felt something I hadn't felt in years: purpose. For the first time since the doctor's verdict, I realized my worth wasn't measured by my ability to have children. I could give love in many forms, and maybe that was enough. After he returned, he looked at me differently, not with suspicion, but with recognition. "You handled them well," he said. I felt a blush creep up my cheeks. "It wasn't easy," I replied, "but it felt right." There was a pause, a quiet understanding passing between us, unspoken but profound. Days turned into weeks, and I kept helping him. Every morning, I would arrive at his little home, helping him manage breakfast, school runs, and bedtime routines. The children adored me, and their laughter became the soundtrack of my new life. I realized I was healing through giving, and the love I had longed to receive was flowing back to me in a way I had never expected. One evening, he invited me to sit by the fire while the kids slept. He looked at me seriously. "I know your past is heavy," he said, "but with them and with me, you're not alone anymore." Tears streamed down my face, not from sadness, but from a sense of belonging I hadn't felt in years. The turning point came when the smallest girl, barely 5, wrapped her arms around me and whispered, "Stay with us, please." That single sentence broke through all my walls. I realized that family isn't always blood. Sometimes it's love, kindness, and mutual care. Months passed, and our bond grew deeper. The man whose name I learned was Jack trusted me implicitly with his children. He had been lonely, struggling to manage them alone, and yet he never asked for love in return. He simply shared his life. And in that sharing, I found a home, a family, a purpose. One day, as I was reading a bedtime story to the kids, Jack came in quietly. He knelt beside me and said softly, "I want you to know, I choose you, all of you, for me, for the kids, for everything." My heart raced. I had never imagined someone would see past my infertility, past my pain, past all the rejection, and still choose me. I felt a warmth I had thought was lost forever. I choose this too. I whispered. It wasn't just him. It was the children, the laughter, the chaos, the love that had slowly but surely healed my soul. I realized that life's cruelty had led me to a kind of happiness I couldn't have dreamed of. Years passed, and our little family grew stronger. The children called me Mom, not because I gave birth, but because love made it so. Jack and I learned that true family is built through compassion, patience, and trust. Every time I look at their faces, I feel gratitude for the journey that brought us together. I also learned to forgive, not for my parents, but for myself. I forgave the years of shame and rejection, the heartbreak of feeling inadequate. Those moments made me appreciate the life I had now, the love I had chosen, and that had chosen me. One evening, as we all sat around the dinner table, Jack smiled at me and said, "I can't imagine life without you." I realized then that love is not about perfection or biology. It's about showing up, caring, and being present. Something I had finally found in a man and a family who value me wholly. The twist of fate that brought me here was undeniable. From the pain of rejection, I found a life richer than any I had imagined. My heart, once broken, was whole again. I had been chosen not despite my past, but in a way that celebrated my resilience and capacity to love. And in the quiet moments, when the children slept and Jack held my hand, I knew the moral of my story. Kindness, love, and patience can heal wounds that once seemed impossible. Life's setbacks are sometimes blessings in disguise, leading us to people and moments that truly define us. Now, when I walk through our home, laughter ringing in my ears, I am reminded every day that even in the face of rejection and pain, humanity's kindness can change a life forever. I survived, I healed, I found a love that not only accepted me but celebrated me.